marketing program for New South Wales. We know that New South Wales leads inbound tourism from India for Australia. Almost half of all Indian tourists coming to this country, they come to Sydney and to New South Wales. And what we've seen is that over the past 12 months to September of last year, 3.5 million visitor nights spent by Indians in New South Wales, returning something like $183 million to our state's economy. They enjoyed our safe and welcoming cities and towns. They enjoyed our magnificent national parks, World Heritage items, as well as our incredible beaches. They marvelled at the myriad of food on offer in New South Wales, our sporting events, our business events, as well as, of course, those family-friendly destinations that exist across New South Wales. More than 60% of those Indian tourists visited New South Wales for the first time, split evenly between those who are visiting family and friends and those who are coming for the first time for a holiday. In August of last year, the Indian-Australia tourism connections, particularly to this city and state, were boosted by the addition of 4 direct flights by Air India, which meant that when I went to India on my latest trade delegation last December, I was able for the first time to fly direct from Sydney to Delhi. Those annual trade delegations are about growing trade investment between New South Wales and India and the states of India. Yes, they cover all those traditional issues that go behind trade relationships, financial services, infrastructure, vocational education and the like, but it also includes tourism, major events, business events, film and the creative industries, because we understand that particularly that trade around those events can help grow the cultural exchanges between New South Wales and India. New South Wales has, of course, too, an important sister state relationship with Maharashtra, not just the centre of India's finance and industry, but also the home of India's Bollywood film industry. We're seeking to develop a similar relationship with Gujarat. India, of course, has a young and growing population and expanding middle class, rapidly urbanising cities, which provides business prospects for travel and tourism, for education, creative industries, film and post-production activities, ICT and financial services. It's a market of enormous potential, and we're determined to develop it for the benefit of the people both in India but also people here in Australia. So I'm pleased today that the New South Wales Government is taking the tourism lead and encouraging people from India to visit family and friends in New South Wales via a new great marketing campaign. I'm delighted to launch Jhappi Time, which in Hindi means hug time, a special time for families and friends to get together with loved ones. For families in India, missing loved ones who are either studying or living in Sydney and New South Wales, Jhappi Time is a special time to celebrate. The Jhappi Time marketing campaign features 4 videos of families in India who miss their children and friends living in New South Wales and who are rewarded when they make a decision to travel to Sydney to spend some Jhappi Time here. Directed by Sydney-based acclaimed Bollywood director Anupam Sharma, Jhappi Time tells the story of Sikh and Hindu families enjoying our wonderful city, harbour city, and reconnecting with loved ones. The vignettes were shot on a range of stunning locations in Sydney and the Blue Mountains, at Dawes Point, Manly Beach, North Sydney, all highlighting our gloriously delightful weather. With the brilliant Blue Harbour, the Sydney Opera House, the Harbour Bridges backdrops, Jhappi Time showcases Sydney and New South Wales through the use of postcards of great destinations, attractions and activities for sharing with family and friends. Jhappi Time's tactical marketing and partnership program means that visitors will benefit from travel packages and offers from airline partners, accommodation providers, tourism operators and regional providers across Sydney and importantly across New South Wales.
Subgroup existing there, the only thing that binds them is the constant of family unit. Well, it shows a scenario. It shows a typical family living room scenario in India, whether it's a father coming back from work and the wife is counting the washings from the day and the kid is playing around, whether it's a mother waiting and thinking about her kids and her family in Australia, and the family member reacts It's all family scenarios and all with cultural nuances of different parts of India. All the New South Wales people of Indian origin were excited because it was their once in a lifetime opportunity to contribute to a campaign to sell their adopted city, their adopted state back home. It is also great to see how predictably and how consistently New South Wales has taken the lead when it comes to Indian community, when it comes to arts, when it comes to films. Not only as a first state to host a Bollywood film, not only as a first state to host a reality show, not only as a first state to have Indian community of New South Wales participating in an ad campaign, but also the first state to have one of these pioneering ad campaigns for the world's biggest democracy.
And Premier Barry O'Farrell, Mr. Anu Sharma, the Managing Director of Temple Productions, Sandra, as I mentioned. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be here with you today to assist in the launching of New South Wales' newest marketing campaign, Jhappi. Since Destination New South Wales was established by the New South Wales Government in July 2011, seems such a long time ago now, it has become Australia's leading state tourism organisation. It works with industry partners to drive visitation to New South Wales and developing and delivering strategic programs to achieve the government's goal of doubling overnight visitor expenditure by 2020, commencing from that 2011 date. This new marketing campaign, which Sandra will detail shortly, will benefit both the New South Wales and Indian travel industries with direct leads from Destination New South Wales' Australian consumer website, sydney.com, and the Indian consumer website, in.sydney.com. The New South Wales Government is building on its commitment to the India market by expanding its trade and business services, with Destination New South Wales is recently appointing a new business development manager to assist our regional manager in India, Mr. Paramjit Bawa, to work with in-market industry partners and ensure travel trade growth. The Destination team in India is working with industry partners in India and New South Wales to implement the Jhappi Time campaign in key consumer markets, Delhi and Mumbai. Our Sydney office is working with industry partners in New South Wales to implement the campaign across New South Wales to encourage locals to invite their family and friends from India to visit. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking forward to seeing great results the new campaign will deliver in strategic partnership with airline, accommodation and travel packages and providers to grow the Indian market and ensure that New South Wales does stay #1 for inbound tourism. I wish you all the very best of luck. Thank you.